Six a.m. and we are following breaking news out of the East County where a search is underway for a missing military helicopter. At least 5 people are on board. CAL FIRE says they got a call just after 2 a.m. about the downed chopper.
Right, so they've been looking in the darkness. Right now, CAL FIRE, sheriff's search and rescue teams, and they are searching the area. Right there on your map, you see East of Pine Valley and Kitchen Creek. So that's pretty tough terrain in our local mountain range. Border Patrol helicopter also assisting in this search. This map shows that general area of where they're looking. They do say the terrain is difficult and it's been snowing. The weather making things a lot harder too. We will be working to gather more information, so be sure you stay tuned. We'll bring it to you live right here on our newscast. Let's get to our other top story now this morning. A slow-moving storm still dumping rain around San Diego after drenching all day yesterday. So let's show you what's going on. Take a look at your screens here in La Mesa. Roads still drenched after a now expired rare tornado warning was issued yesterday afternoon. You remember that alert on your phone, right? We'll have more details on that warning and what happened during that time in just a bit. And then you see video shot right outside of our studio coming down pretty hard in Kearney Mesa. Just a couple hours ago, raining pretty hard on southbound Interstate 15 in Escondido, and then in the South Bay, also raining pretty heavily in National City just a couple hours ago.
Right now, a flood watch is in effect for the whole county after a strong atmospheric river hit our region. Glad you're with us here in our 6 a.m. hour. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Netta Irampour. Good news for southeastern San Diego residents. An evacuation warning for storm impacted areas like South Crest and Canto and Mountain View has now been lifted.
CBS 8's Evan Ronnie here in studio. The birthday boy, by the way. Yes. Tracking the
happy
latest
birthday.
Conditions here. Yes, happy birthday to you.
Thank you. You guys, have you tapped into the donuts?
Those are
enjoy. It's your birthday.
Donuts.
You have at it.
Oh, look at that.
You do whatever you want with them.
I got a full screen.
Yay, Evan.
You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Well, I want you both to tap in. I am going to grab one now that I made my coffee for the morning.
Oh,
I
good.
have to
You
have
need
that company
first.
donut.
Yes.
There hasn't been a lot of chill time for you the past couple of days to enjoy a little.
Mother
break.
Nature did not seem to want to say happy birthday to me.
No break on his birthday.
She's going to say happy birthday to me this weekend, though, because this weekend we were back to those dry skies.
There's your gift.
Exactly, right? A dry weekend, and I think we can all celebrate a dry weekend. Good morning to you. We appreciate you being with us. It is a wet start to the day across most of San Diego County yet again, and you heard Netta and Eric say a slow-moving storm just dumping rain on us. We are emphasizing the slow-moving part of that because today, tomorrow, and Friday are going to look a lot like today. That's what we have outside, or even like yesterday, really, you can imagine. Yesterday was a day where we had some quick breaks in the rain, and we're going to have that again today. We do expect some breaks. You can see how, while there are still some scattered showers stacked offshore, there's not a ton of activity. And that means that by that afternoon stretch, we should get some light, more mild breaks in the rain. And then across the mountains right now, they're working with something much different. That is this, a lot of snow up in Julian right now. We've seen several crews coming through in just the last hour that have been trying to clear those roads. But hey, more snow on the way across our mountains above about 4,000 feet. So a lot going on across our county here. We will keep up to date with the latest and bring you that info. In just a few minutes, we'll talk about how much additional rain and mountain snow we could be seeing in the next 3 days out there.
Like a decent amount, so you don't have to rush up there during the storm to try to get a glimpse of that snow. It should stick around. Evan, thank you very much. Remember, you can keep up with the latest weather conditions and alerts even when you're on the go. Be sure you have the free CBS 8 app. You'll find it on Google Play or the Apple App Store. Now, an assistance center in Mountain View for flood victims is reopening later this morning.
That's right. It is a starting point to get connected to different resources and agencies that are offering help out there. CBS 8's Regina Yarita is live at the Mountain View Recreation Center with everything people need to know if they do need this help here, Regina.
Yeah, that's correct. And like you said, Eric, right, we know many people are still struggling. Dozens, hundreds of flood victims still looking for help. So we're on Boundary Street. This is where the rec center is located, but just a few streets down, 42nd Street, an area where we have been reporting on. You can still see the damage there, what people are still dealing with. So this is for that community that is still struggling and doesn't know where to go. So over 24 organizations are offering help to residents impacted by the flooding. flooding. These are resources available from the city, county, and even state. People can be connected with the Housing Commission, a city clerk, SDG&E, the Humane Society, and the Red Cross. They also have an assessor for disaster claims. If people need to seek food assistance or mental health resources, they can come here as well. If you lost important documents like your Social Security card or your ID, they can help you with that. For flood damages or flood insurance, they will connect you to the right person. Now, we talked to the city to get more information. Here's what they told us.
We have a lot of volunteers who, when someone comes in, they assess their needs and then they stay with them through the process.
Yeah, and you heard it yourself, right? They have many volunteers, many interpreters as well for those who need bilingual people here. We know there are many families who only speak Spanish and they need someone to help them in their native language. So that is what's happening here. Now, I know the Assistance Center opens at 10 a.m. It'll be open until 7 p.m. through Friday. You can come here if you need any assistance or any help or somebody to connect you to the right person. That's the latest here in the Mountain View neighborhood. I'll send things back to you guys.
Regina, thank you. City of San Diego crews were busy clearing clogged storm drains yesterday. Heavy rain caused flooding in some areas, but nothing like we saw about 2.5 weeks ago. People in Mountain View and other hard-hit areas say they're still recovering from the flooding and are just worried about being hit again. If you notice any rain-related issues in the city of San Diego, you can call the Public Works Dispatch number. That number is right there on the bottom of your screen. It's 619-527-7500.
I am 26-year-old and I have never experienced anything like this before. The experience has shown me that we need protections as tenants to protect us from greedy companies that try to benefit from our crisis.
This morning, some National City residents still struggling to recover from last month's destructive flooding, and some of those who lost everything were also given an eviction notice from their landlords. This while the county last week passed a 60-day ban on both no-fault evictions and rent increases for National City, as well as other impacted areas. Coming up here in just about 25 minutes, CBS 8's Chris Groh live in National City with what residents are now demanding those city leaders to do.
And now this morning, we are still waiting for more details about a man whose body was found in floodwaters in Santee. The fire chief there telling us the body was found in Forester Creek early yesterday afternoon. Appears to have been there for some time. The man may have been one of 3 people involved in a failed water rescue a couple weeks ago. 2 other bodies have already been recovered. Sacramento County officials say a second person has died from the latest winter storm that blew through the area. A 63-year-old woman was killed by a fallen tree in her backyard in Fair Oaks. There are a lot of older trees in that neighborhood. Sacramento County sheriffs say deputies went to her home when her employer requested a wellness check after not hearing from her for a few days. Sunday, an 82-year-old man died after being struck by a falling redwood tree that was in Yuba City. That's just about 40 miles outside of Sacramento.
New this morning, an evacuation warning for storm-impacted areas like Southcrest and Canto and Mountain View have all been lifted. City officials are still encouraging residents there to remain prepared due to the unusual frequency and intensity of storms. The city says they're going to continue to monitor these weather conditions. Powerful winter storm pounded San Diego County and even led to a rare tornado warning for South Bay and East County communities. That warning expired around midday yesterday. Started at 11:45, ended like 12:15. The warning went out to those living in Chula Vista, National City, La Mesa, Spring Valley, Lakeside, and El Cajon. The National Weather Service says the warning was issued out of an abundance of caution.
Just because there's a tornado warning issued or any type of warning issued doesn't mean that it's actually occurring, but there's indication on weather radar that something is developing and could occur.
National Weather Service won't be able to confirm if a tornado actually formed until survey teams go out and access areas for the damage. The process can take up to a day or so.
A lot of people may have reported seeing perhaps a rotation in the clouds. Send that video or pictures in. Then the Weather Service will go out and look at the area. If there's damage that looks like a twister, that's what they will assess. So we were on live during our midday show during that tornado warning. So many people sending messages in. Is this real? And yeah, it was real.
Indeed, because they had all gotten kind of the push notification on their phone. And now, I mean, it's happened more times in the last week than I'd say any time that I've been in news that people see the alert on their phone and turn on their TV and turn us on. So we appreciate you coming to us as your source for what's going on weather-wise, and that's why we stay on the air during events like that. Tornado warning, for example, a complete anomaly in the state of California, let alone in Southern California, in San Diego County. So we are watching as today brings more of this storm our way. Not likely the same intensity of the storm, but still there is the opportunity for some thunder and lightning, and those thunderstorms are exactly what prompt that instability that would allow for a tornado to occur. We're watching out across the mountains in particular with a lot of accumulating snow out there. Look at this. This is amazing. Sunrise is going to come at 6:39, so we've got another about 30 minutes or so prior to sunrise. But in the meantime, boy, it is coming down in Julian, and Julian is only at about 4,200 feet. That means that elevations above Julian, Mount Laguna, Palomar Mountain, they are getting a lot of snow. We're talking a foot or so of snow possible. Over the next 12 hours, we've got a much better potential that by that afternoon stretch, we'll get a little bit of the sun peeking through. There's not a lot of wet weather expected in the afternoon. We're not by any means telling you to let your guard down, but we are saying that the next several hours have a much higher probability of precipitation, 50, 60, 70%. That chance will drop down steadily as we head through the rest of the day. We're still going to watch for some of those scattered showers, especially overnight from tonight into tomorrow. Thursday still has a 74% chance, 62 on Friday. So elevated, and then dropping down more significantly by the upcoming weekend to the point where your Super Bowl Sunday and beyond, we are back to those completely dry skies. A lot of rain that has come down so far, in some cases 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches the farther north you go, and we're going to still get it between now and Friday before that upcoming dry Super Bowl weekend that'll also show some warmer temperatures. Let's check in on traffic at 6:11 right now. So far, your roads are wet, so good idea to still be taking it slow, not to mention across the mountains. Boy, if there's any suggestion we make, it is to take it very slow. We've got ice, we've got snow out there across our local mountaintops above about 4,000 feet. A couple crashes that have popped up just recently. Good idea to head to cbs8.com/traffic. That can give you an update on what's causing those backups. Also want to show you border wait times this morning. Right now it looks like at the San Ysidro Port of Entry, you're going to be waiting about 60 minutes in total. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is going to be about a 25-minute wait this morning. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Evan. Coming up next, how this storm is now impacting our mountains.
And a new development in the requirements of buying ammunition in California. What is now reinstated next.